Part 2. Azure Moon. Guardian Moon. The Delusional Prince. Prince Dimitri and the remnants of the royal army join with the remaining Knights of Seiros to form a revitalized kingdom army. Using Garreg Mach as their base of operations, they rise to action against the Empire.
Well, that was short. Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we came back to Garreg Mach after the 5 years of being gone, really. I'm not sure exactly what happened. And we met up with our old classmates. We found out that Dedue has died. Protecting Dimitri. Each unit has grown over the past 5 years. You should check their classes and weapons.
You? So you were alive after all.
Professor, it is so good to see you again. My brother and I were worried about you.
Oh, thank the goddess. I couldn't bear the thought of letting Gerald down by not finding you.
Guess you lucked out. We've been looking everywhere for you, but I see Lady Rhea isn't with you. Damn.
Everyone was real worried about you, Professor.
Gilbert has told us everything. From here on, our strength is yours as well.
Does my heart well to see that all of you are safe. Now that we have all gathered, let's discuss our next course of action.
We have two objectives: to overthrow the Empire and to rescue Rhea. I have no objection to joining forces with you. After all, our interests are aligned.
Nothing could be more reassuring than securing the cooperation of the Knights of Seiros.
Thank you.
The Archbishop entrusted all of her affairs to you. From now on, I shall comply with your wishes.
We'll make Garreg Mach our base, and prepare to make our stand against the Empire. There is a fair amount of damage, but we will at least have shelter from the wind and rain.
Surely those Imperial jerks have this place staked out, right? It's a highly strategic location.
While it may be a strategic location, it's too far from the front lines to be worthy of notice at the moment. This area is inconvenient as far as transport time is concerned, so it's of little importance to their war effort.
Even so, nothing slips past the Emperor. It is safe to assume she at least has this place under surveillance.
Professor, what do you think about making this place our base?
Well, while resource gathering would be a bit difficult, I have no objections to do that.
Fortunately, there are still villages and hamlets nearby, and though I wouldn't call them abundant, we have war funds as well. What do you think, Your Highness?
Do as you please.
Hey, don't act like this doesn't concern you. We finally reunited after all this time. We've got to work together.
She's right. In fact, why don't we all join forces and clean this place up a bit?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. And it'll give us time to reminisce about all the good old days at the Academy. I can't wait.
How carefree of you.
It may sound trivial, but, well, I think it's a good idea.
I understand feeling impatient, Your Highness, but patience is key at a time like this. If we fix up our base, it will improve morale, which will be sorely needed as we...
Fools.
Just settle down.
Stay out of this.
Please, calm yourself, Your Highness. We are not your enemies.
My enemies say the same.
What happened to him? It's like he's a completely different person.
I feel so bad for him. Would it help if I brewed him a nice pot of tea?
I cannot claim to understand how he feels. However, the way he's behaving, it's as though he's being haunted by some unseen force.
I'm worried.
As am I.
Yeah. You can talk, Ingrid.
Apologies for bothering you so late. I just really wanted to speak with you.
I'm happy to listen.
Thank you. You see, I've been feeling conflicted about my future. It may seem petty to worry about such things in the middle of a war like this.
I don't think it's petty.
This isn't something I open up about with many people. Feeling such a sense of inner turmoil while a war rages on, and others are fighting with all they have, well, it feels a little selfish. The truth is, I've wanted to be a knight ever since I was a small child. Not just any knight, like one you might find serving within the castle guard, but a true knight, one serving a master. However, my father has always had different plans for me. He wants me to marry, for the benefit of the Galatea family.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Defying my father feels wrong. I've seen how he's struggled over the years. His burden has always been far greater than any I've had to bear myself. While he fed me extravagant meals, he subsisted on meager portions and watered-down soups. He never once complained, even though he must have been starving. Knowing his sacrifices, I've never been able to tell him of my dream of becoming a knight. Now that this war has begun, my father has allowed me to fight for my homeland. But even if I do become a knight, I feel an unease deep within me. I fear I will never escape this guilt I carry, that I have shunned my duty as a noble.
Well, could you not find a way to do both?
To follow both my dream and my duty? I had never considered that as an option. Perhaps there is a way. Even with the academy days long behind us, you're still a professor through and through. Always listening to others' troubles and offering up your wisdom. I really am grateful for all that you do for us, Professor. I hope you'll always be here as a guide to everyone. I know I myself would appreciate that deeply.
And Mercedes would like to talk.
Do you have a moment, Professor? I need to speak with you. Thank you so much. This is what I wanted to address. This letter from my adoptive father just arrived.
Adoptive father?
Oh, have I not mentioned him? He's the reason I first came to the Officers' Academy. He's also the one who dragged me from the church where I was living, just so he could use my crest.
I don't understand, really.
My crest does not yet belong to a house, so he plans to use it as leverage to marry into the nobility. He's a very greedy man who was a roving merchant before adopting me, but now he's in the capital. This letter says that he's finally arranged to marry me off to a wealthy noble. I know he's just thinking of himself, but can't he see that this isn't a priority when we're at war?
Maybe the war's pushed him into this.
I suppose it's possible. He may be worried about carrying on his bloodline, but... I don't know what to do about this proposal.
Will you accept it?
I can't see any way around it, so I fear that I must. I just don't want to let go of the life that I've made for myself. I know it's not what my heart wants, but I don't have the strength to say no.
What does your heart want?
I believe I've mentioned this before, but I want to work in service of the church. Well, I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be the church, but I want to help those in need. If I were to marry a noble, I think it would be difficult to realize that dream.
Why can't you decline it?
It's just... I've always allowed myself to follow the whims of those above me. I convinced myself that everything in life was at the will of the goddess. I was blind to reality. I believed it was her will to both pull me from the church and guide me to the officers' academy. The decision to enter this war was the first time I acted of my own free will. My adoptive father opposed this decision, but I somehow managed to convince him. Still, I couldn't free myself of him completely. This letter is proof of that. It's not that I'm scared of him, but there is something that worries me.
Severing your ties?
Ah! I knew you'd understand, Professor. I've sat down to write a reply several times, but I can't muster up the courage or the words. I was hoping you could provide me with the encouragement I need.
Well, I don't think you can just give up on your dreams, though.
That's a very good point. We're only given one life, so we must do all we can to pursue our happiness. Okay. I think that may have been just the push I was looking for. I'll tell him the truth. That I found a life worth pursuing, and I must decline the proposal. Maybe I should tell him I've fallen for someone else.
Fallen for someone else?
Why, it's you, Professor. Isn't that obvious?
Excuse me?
I'm just teasing. Now I'm off to write this letter and stand my ground. Thank you for your encouragement.
It's Ingrid's birthday.
I'm here. What a nice aroma. I really enjoy this tea. Thank you. Quite delicious. Are you sure?
No.
Yes, I agree. Yes. Yes, I agree. Would you like to have a meal with me? Though it wasn't long ago that I ate.
There we go. That's the thing. If you get the right tea, even if you get one of the questions wrong, you get a perfect tea time if you have at least 3 of them. So there you go.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Thank you for the treat. I had such a great time.
There we go. We got charm. You have allies that can take master exams. Take a look at the certifications that you can review all that. You got a master seal. Fantastic. All right. So yeah, his axe isn't anywhere close to it. And I think it's because he's not a high enough level, but he could become that at some point. Yeah, he's 1 level below. And same with Ash. Although Ash, your stuff is kind of... Yeah, you're very much along the lines of you could become a Bow Knight, but your riding needs to be a lot better. Sylvain, kind of working on that bit. Still needs to get reason high enough. We'll figure out something as far as that's concerned. Gosh. There's absolutely nothing else on that. Alright. We'll leave it at that. She's nowhere near that either. But she's still got some time in between. Ingrid... 45%. Still working on that. Caspar! Being a brawler. It's such a low success rate to be either a warrior or a grappler. I'm having to consider that though. Oh. She could try for the Mortal Sabbath. How about that? Well, she does have a B sword and a B on reason, so that's why it's one of the bigger things for her. But she still has some room to master Dancer, though. Ignatz, he's not got a whole lot going for him in this regard. But yeah, his odds are really low, but he's also really low leveled. Now, she is pretty good as a warlock, and she has no chance of that, from what it looks like. A low chance of this. No, not as low as I thought. Sure, let's have you go for that. There we go.
Perfect comprehension.
Nah, you don't have to become a priest. Seth, don't really worry about that. Flame, good night. You're really low leveled. So is Hanneman and Manuela. It's because I haven't used them. I'm actually kind of curious. I don't know if it actually would. Eloise, Catherine, Shamir. Alright, here's the boy. Cyril. You're still kind of looking doing that, but Oh, man. Sniper or warrior? Sniper, he'd have the same stats. But, again, he's not too high leveled in that enough. So... we're kind of left in that. Ooh. Hero... 75% chance! I don't know if that's going to work out as well as I would hope, but... that's a pretty high chance. And that's a fail. I don't know how, but alright.
Not my...
You think? Alright, Caspar. I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know how bad this is gonna go, but we're gonna give it a shot. He got it! He got it on 31%, but Blythe couldn't get it on 75.
Oh yeah! Nailed it!
Nah. Thank you, though. Gosh. It's kind of like this of course kind of thing goes across the screen, because of course. Why would anything be different? Yeah, she's almost there. But not there quite yet. %. Gosh. I'm just gonna give it a shot. I know I can buy more Master Seals, but, you know... no. Alright.
I wonder what I got wrong.
That's fine. No.
I can't believe I failed.
That's fine. Alright, so... enough of that. Well, we gotta explore. We gotta do that. Alright. This whole unit appearance thing... there's actually... yeah, no. That's just ridiculous. But... looks... I don't know why that's even an option, because that was part of the DLC. But... that... I don't even know how to put into words.
Oh, hi, Professor.
You look down.
Do you remember what we talked about before? About doing my best to not do my best? Well, I've been pretty busy recently, and despite my best efforts, I've been trying way too hard. I was busy all day yesterday with training and work. I just couldn't help myself. That's why I decided to take a day off today. It's just, now that I have a day off, I don't know what to do with myself. Please, you have to help me. What should I do?
Well, you don't have to do anything.
I can't relax if I'm doing nothing. I need something to keep me occupied or I'll go nuts. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm cut out for not doing my best. Oh! You're a professor. You must know some secret technique for deep relaxation, right? If you do, please teach me. I'm begging you. I'm at my wit's end.
Well, have a cup of tea.
Got it. I'll try that right now. This candy is so sweet and delicious, and it goes so well with piping hot tea. Ooh, and speaking of the tea, your brewing skills are incredible. I'd love to be able to make such nice tea, but... Oh, Professor, will you teach me how to brew tea like this? I'll do my best to learn, and then I'll make delicious tea for you as thanks.
Is this doing your best?
Oh, sorry. Back to my old tricks, it seems. So, why is it so difficult to not do my best? Try and try to not try, but it just doesn't work.
Just be yourself.
Professor? You're right. Doing nothing is just not my style. To be myself, I've got to do my best every day.
There you go.
Okay. Then you really must teach me how to make such delicious tea. You will, won't you? Please. Oh, and also, well, thank you. You've listened to me and helped me face my troubles. Now I feel like I can talk to you about anything. Honestly, I wish we could go on drinking tea like this forever.
Alright. With the new monastery, well, old, but not really, it's pretty much the same. There are a few things you can't really do, considering there's not much going on, but as far as like the activities you can do, it's still there. Well, everything is still there, you don't have to worry about it in that regard. Let's see.
Well.
And we also have this really, really nice music playing in the background. I really do enjoy it. So... Alright. Oh, Lysithia.
I should probably keep things to myself. But in all honesty, what matters to me more than anything is ensuring a peaceful, quiet future for my parents. I don't care about the kingdom. I simply want to remove the threat of the Empire. Because of this, Dimitri's fixation on Edelgard is convenient to me. I fight for my own reasons and no others.
So, there's now a option called Advanced Drills, and you get to pick the one thing that they're really good at, and they can essentially train it. The training that you do with them, it doesn't raise their skill in it, but it raises yours. It's really interesting. So, there's different applications we're gonna end up using that for, so we'll go from that. Harvest. You'd think it'd be bigger after 5 years, but no. Plant. Well, and cultivate. Use that. We're good. Calendar. Could wait for next week and explore them, but there's also a big fight. I'll have to think about it. Hello.
Do you have time for a request?
Catch the big one, the mysterious fish of legend that is said to appear in the fishing pond. Alright, we'll try and catch it.
I'd given up on ever seeing you again. Where have you been hiding? Anyway, now that we're reunited in the land of the living, I must fulfill my promise.
Right, the promise.
That's right. I promised the captain I'd protect you in his stead, and now I'll make good on my word.
That's really nice. Alright. So the advanced drills we can do with him... Trying to think. Honestly, at this point, I don't know what would be the best option for doing it. Is it advanced drills? We'll have to figure it out.
Got a favor to ask.
Search for a remnant that the merchant will be proud to add to their collection.
Hey.
Alright. Oh. Where did all these people come from?
What do you require?
Alright. We're gonna repair all of our battalions. And for the battalions that we have available for us, we do have the Holy Knights of Saros, which do a pretty good job of clearing the enemies. Has 10 mount, which isn't bad at all. The in-depth sword fighters, which allows counterattack, and that's not too bad. The Resonant Lightning, the Macule Evil Repelling Company.
Do you want to hire this
I am
battalion?
definitely going to hire
See
them.
it done.
Having that would be very beneficial. The Sacred Shield. All allies receive 0 damage from ranged physical attacks for the rest of the turn. That sounds really good. Linked Horses. That's also a pretty good one with 12 mount. The Line of Lances. We've had that before, but this is a much better mount. This does provide better hit and crit. This provides resilience and charm. Blessing... Okay, so that basically provides a miracle. We also have Blue Lion Magic Core that does...
Do you want to hire this battalion?
We will see it done.
that. Dance of the Goddess. All allies in the area can move again. Although there is a drastic drop in... Ouch. I am going to get them.
Ready for orders.
But that is an A rank, so technically right now nobody can use them. Minus 10 avoid, but plus 10 crit and 10 charm.
Do you want to hire this?
Whatever the mission...
Farewell.
I think that'll be fine. You...
Welcome.
Yeah, you had the bullion.
This one? Thank you.
Trying to see who else did.
This one? Thank you.
Bye. We do have some Master Seals available for purchase.
This one?
I'm only gonna buy
This one?
2 of those.
This one? Thank you. This one?
And buy 3 of those.
Thank you. Please come again.
Alright. Inventory wise, I can't even use that weapon, so that's fine. I don't mind putting that one up. You can put that up. There's more weight on it, but that can take care of monsters, but I'll be fine without that doing. Alright, we can put the training gauntlets up, we can put the antitoxin up, we can put up the cursed sword, put up the silver lance, antitoxin, that, and that. We're gonna trade on this, and I'm gonna go for a Hexlock shield for him. Reason being is he has decent defense. It's not amazing, but his resistance is much less. So I'm gonna do it because of that. And the death blow is also gonna be very useful in that. For that stuff, but I digress. Alright. Dorothea. Items. You don't really need the steel sword. I'll let you keep the concoction. Yeah, her luck is actually not good at all. I think, if I remember correctly, it's based on charm, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you have the golden apple. Oh, did not mean to do that. B+ on both of those. Let's throw a hand axe in there. I'm not sure exactly who all I'm going to be using through this, so we'll be going kind of through this bit by bit. And there's a lot of conversations that can happen.
Here you are.
Oh, were you looking for me, Felix?
You were injured in the last battle. Are you okay?
I'm fine now. Thank you for your concern.
You really are troublesome.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to get in your way out there. I just couldn't help but worry. I was only trying to keep an eye on you.
What are you even doing on the battlefield? You endangered yourself and got hurt. Such a stupid thing to do.
Yes, of course, you're right. I have no excuses.
If you intend to carry on being such a fool, you'd best stay near me.
Are you sure? I'd hate to get in your way again.
You can, You can keep thinking of me as your little brother. And that'd be better than going through this again.
But I thought you didn't like that. Didn't you say you were fed up with it?
I am fed up with it. I've already spent years filling in for someone who's dead. My older brother inspired love and respect. He was a great knight. He died. Since his death, his memory has followed me around like a shadow.
Oh, I didn't know you had a brother too.
I don't let my personal feelings distract me on the battlefield. Still, do I really remind you of him?
Well, you don't look like him, but something about you feels so familiar. It just makes me want to protect you. That's not to say that you're incapable or unreliable or anything like that. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You're the one who just came to check on me.
You need to pay attention to your surroundings. You're reckless. Lives are at stake, including mine when I have to run over and save your skin.
Yes, I'll try to be more careful. Thank you for being so kind, Felix.
Whatever.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, how unlucky that we were assigned to clean this ancient tower.
It's not a pleasant job, but someone has to do it.
With all the windows boarded up, it's so dark. And there are strange noises. Like that noise. What was that? A rat? Tell me it was a rat.
Better than a ghost.
You're not scared of ghosts, are you, Ash? I didn't think you'd be.
You haven't seen what I've seen. Ah!
Ah! Oh no! What was that noise?
It's okay. It's just the wind blowing the door shut. Oh no, the latch is rusted. It won't budge.
What? You mean we're trapped in here?
I'm sorry. I didn't think to prop the door open.
Don't worry about that now. We need to think of a way out of here.
Well, what if we were to pry the boards off the windows?
Yes, that! We can do it in no time.
Oh, there's something on my face!
Calm down, Ash. It's a cobweb. Just a cobweb. We've got to pull ourselves together. Now, which of the windows should we check? I can't stand it here in the pitch dark.
Oh, I've got one here. Stand back. Oh, we made it.
I wouldn't want to go through that again. For a moment there, I didn't think we'd make it out alive. No. Oh, wait! I've lost it. It's gone.
What is it?
The doll my father gave me. Oh, I must have dropped it.
In the tower? Are you going back for it?
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I've been meaning to throw it out for a while now.
Are you sure? If it was a gift from your father...
Yes, but it can't be helped. Let's just get back to the monastery.
Right.
Training on your own? You really do work hard.
I hate to break it to you, Sylvain, but there's nobody here for you to flirt with. So there's not much reason to hang around.
You're here, aren't you?
How ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as your face.
You'd really say something like that to a handsome guy like me? I'm crushed. Joking aside, may I join you? I only came out here so I could train too.
Sure, just don't get in my way.
I've been thinking about it, and I really depend on you. Maybe that's weird since I'm older than you, but still.
Hitting on me? Again? Have some dignity, would you?
No, I'm being honest. I thought you'd listen. Hey, I'd like it if you didn't get too far away from me on the battlefield, okay? Just stay where I can see you.
I'll stay as long as I can. You're useless without me, after all.
What? No, I'm saying if there's one thing I can do on the battlefield, it's keep you safe.
Whatever helps you feel better. Stay and protect me, then. I couldn't bear it if you went off and died on me while I wasn't around.
I'm pretty sure that's my line.
It's getting late. We'd better head out.
You're right. I'm exhausted anyway.
You haven't been practicing enough. All that time you waste chasing after women would be better spent training. I'll train with you anytime, so just... What's that strange look for?
Well, you're going to think I'm being a jerk or hitting on you or whatever. When we're side by side like this, training, I feel, I don't know, oddly at ease.
I know what you mean. It's probably because we've been friends for so long.
That must be it. Let's never change. Friends forever?
Absolutely. No matter what happens, we'll always be friends, Sylvain.
Annie, do you have a moment?
Is this about what happened when we were shopping? If so, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Not so fast. I haven't properly apologized yet. So, I'm sorry. I got scared. Imagine if something bad happened to you because of me.
Mercy.
You would have just run away if you were on your own, wouldn't you? Instead, you acted defensively because I was there. I dragged you down.
Mercy, you're upsetting me. How dare you say that you dragged me down? You know why I was acting so recklessly? Because I wanted to protect my best friend in the whole world.
Annie.
Do you remember when we first enrolled at the academy? It seemed like everyone was leagues ahead of us and so far out of reach. I felt completely hopeless. But because you were there, I didn't lose hope. So, don't say stupid things about how you dragged me down or how you don't deserve things.
Thank you for saying that. And again, I'm sorry. You're just so important to me. I know I could never find another friend like you. You've stayed by my side through thick and thin. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me.
Mercy, can we be friends again?
Of course, Annie. Friends forever.
Good. I don't know what I would have done if we hadn't found a way to make up.
I'm sorry. I should have said something sooner.
No, I'm the one who should have stopped being so stubborn and said something. You know, now that everything's as it should be, I'm suddenly starving.
That's just like you. Come, let's go for tea.
Ooh, let's! And we should have some Mercy-baked sweets on the side. I think I love you more than just about anything in the world.
You do? Oh, Annie, you're too sweet.
Not as sweet as your baking. I love your baking more than anything in the world, too. Other than you.
Well, I'm always happy to bake for you, Annie.
I'm so happy to have you back. Why did this have to happen? Getting separated from my own troop. I'm a failure as a commander. It's already almost sunset. My wounds are aching, and I'm so hungry. Maybe I'm just gonna die right here. But no! That's such a pathetic way to die. I wonder if the rest of my soldiers are okay. I'm so worried about them.
Up and at 'em, Annette. There you go.
Caspar? What are you doing here? I was wounded in the forest, lost sight of my troop. I wandered around and Oh, where is everyone?
Calm down, you got nothing to worry about. They're fine. My men retrieved the rest of your unit. You're the one we've been worried about. How you feeling? Are you hurt? You've got a pretty painful-looking wound on your leg.
Oh, I'm alright. Though I might have trouble running.
If you say so. I gotta admit, I got the chills when I heard you were missing. Your soldiers told me what happened. I was only able to find you thanks to them. You've got a good troop there. You should be proud. What's wrong, Annette? Not feeling so good after all?
No, that's not it. I was just thinking about what a hopeless commander I am. It's my job to look after my soldiers, but they ended up having to look out for me. If I'm this hopeless, I shouldn't be out there at all.
What are you talking about? I don't know anyone around here who works harder than you. You put your all into your work and everyone knows it. Why do you think your soldiers are so loyal?
Caspar.
There's no way they'd do so much for you if they didn't see it in you. Come on, let's head back. I'll help you if you're having trouble walking. Your soldiers are worried about you. Go show them you're doing just fine.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Caspar.
No problem. Just remember that it's okay to make mistakes, as long as you're learning from them.
This one ought to do.
What are you doing, Cyril?
I'm picking out logs to carry back and chop into firewood.
You can't expect to carry all these by yourself. Let me help.
No, I got it. I don't want you getting hurt. Logs are heavy sometimes.
I'm well aware. You should accept the help being offered. I'm older and wiser. I know best.
Lysithea, you seem a bit shaky. You okay?
Yep, totally fine. I'm just kind of losing my grip on this log. Ah! Well, that wasn't much help as it turned out. I didn't realize they'd be that heavy. I couldn't even walk in a straight line.
I told ya, logs are heavy sometimes. It's hard work if you're not used to it.
I feel foolish.
Well, if you've learned your lesson, I'm gonna go carry the other logs.
Hang on. Shouldn't you rest for a bit?
Wood still needs chopping. I got a bunch of other stuff needs doing before sundown, too.
In that case, let me help you carry the chopped wood.
You know how rough firewood is? You'll get splinters if you carry it with your soft hands.
You can't be serious.
You're just not cut out for this kind of work. Look at your hands. They're like a princess's. No point in you learning to chop wood, is there? You don't need to know how to do that stuff. You and me live in different worlds. There's no point lowering yourself down into mine.
Our worlds aren't so different. We're together right now, aren't we?
Sure, we live in the same places now, but that's not gonna last forever. Don't see how it could. Unless I actually turned into your little brother or something.
Alright. Oh. Anna. Probably wanting trade secrets again.
Now, there's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be endangered. I hope things go back to normal soon. People need more to smile about, aside from my great deals. Hey!
Yep.
How about a favor?
Yeah. About that. Well, the thing is, I think as far as support's concerned, yeah. Anna doesn't have any support.
Oh. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You know, it's such a thrill to be able to greet you like this again. I almost died as well in the battle 5 years ago, but I won't allow any enemies to get into this place again. I promise you that. Even if the Death Knight shows up, I'll be sure to... Well, for now, I'll keep training, so I can eventually feel confident that I can stop him.
Well, that's good.
Professor?
Sure.
This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor. That is, for letting me live my life the way I want. I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with.
So you found me out.
Well, of course. Did you think I wouldn't notice? It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger? I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Middle Franc Opera Company. Performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired. Even though everyone praised my looks and my voice, they showered me with gifts. I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade, my voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same. And I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left? I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started.
I don't believe that's true.
You can never be certain about what the future will bring. I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who will love me. Someone unaware of the songstress, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital. I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
Maybe. Alright. Go
Professor.
through the outskirts of this first. Huh. Hello, Sugar.
I'm more of a mercenary than a knight these days. I work to get paid. I never was too attached to Fodlan. I was considering leaving soon, but I might change my mind if you're around.
Well, that's nice to know. Alright.
Okay.
I'm in the Alliance. The Lords have been at odds, so peace and prosperity have declined there as well. In particular, bandits have been appearing in large numbers near the Great Bridge of Murden. Rumor has it that the domain's lord, someone by the name of Acheron, is a completely ineffectual leader.
Alright. That's still there. And let's... well, since you're there.
During his search for her grace, the Archbishop, Seteth has visited churches all across the land. It served to demonstrate to the devout across Fodlan that the Church of Seros is still going strong. As a result, the faithful are not currently in a state of chaos.
Hey, you.
Really?
Yes, really.
It seems that in the last 5 years, the monks here have left this place for the town below. However, once they learn of our return, perhaps they'll come back. I hope the monastery can return to normal someday.
Well, it's not there yet. I wish there was some kind of yummy confection that I can make with the limited ingredients available to us. Check the library for a simple traditional recipe. Choir coordinator, Annette and Dorothea, to help increase the faith on theirs, so they have a...
Singing is so much fun. Everyone should enjoy themselves while they're doing it. I'll keep my voice down. Don't want people thinking I'm vying for attention. But how loud is too loud?
Oh.
Oh, Professor. Seeing everyone together again, it's like I'm in a dream. I feel it's time for me to forge my own path and find my own place in this world.
What about your family?
Yes. They're in the Alliance, but they're merchants, so they have the means to escape if need be.
Well, that's good. Let's check on him. Okay, nice talking to you.
Hi there.
Hey, Felix.
Hello. I have a request concerning that creature. I can hardly look at the thing in the state it's in. Do something about it.
I'll see what I can do.
Please do. We tracked the boar for 5 years. I thought he was dead. In the state he's in, he might as well be. He's gotten better at killing people. And in exchange, surrendered what little humanity he had.
Yeah, it's such a sad thing of what happened to him.
Need something?
Okay.
This one?
Let's have the reason
You're all set.
increased.
See you again soon.
Make it a little bit easier to learn that. Alright. Well, it seems like someone wants to talk to us down this way.
Whew, time for a breather. Hey, Professor.
You've been busy.
Yep, noticed you have been too. Seems like it's been a real rough day for just about everybody, huh? I've been so busy I still haven't eaten. I hope there's still food left.
Well, here. Have some meat.
How come you're carrying that around? Whatever, I'm hungry. When you're hungry enough, just about anything tastes good. What a day. I need a nap, but I still gotta get the dining hall cleaned up.
I don't think you should push yourself that hard.
Professor, that's funny. You push yourself harder than anybody else. You make me look lazy. Besides, I don't even break a sweat doing this stuff. The day Lady Rhea comes home, I want her to see the monastery the way it was 5 years ago. That's why I do all this stuff. For her. And the harder I work, the better. Heck, I'd do more than I do now if there were hours in the day. But I can't go without sleep. Tried once. You must think I'm pretty weird, huh, Professor? I'm always on about Lady Rhea, and I'm not even from Fodlan. I bet most people around here think I'm kinda weird. But I'm real grateful for everything Lady Rhea's done for me.
Well, I think it's noble for you to show that kind of gratitude.
That's nice of you to say. Real nice. Thanks, Professor. It's good to know you like me. Helps me feel even more at home. I've heard people say that good folks have a heart of gold. Not real gold, I mean. Just they always care about everybody else. Even guys like me. Lady Rhea's incredible. But I figure you're just the same, Professor. Okay. I guess I gotta give in and get some sleep. I'll get up extra early to make up for it. Good night, Professor.
Alright. We still got a lot more of this place to explore. Alright. Flame's actually down this way. I'm at this point where I might just...
Professor, I am so glad you are unharmed. No matter the path you walk, I will be with you every step of the way. Anything you ask of me, I shall see it through. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
Interesting that it's not Faith that she
During the
was.
Millennium Festival, the leaders of all territories were supposed to gather together and pledge perpetual peace. But now that hope has been dashed, thanks to the Emperor's actions. The Alliance is also divided on the subject of the Empire, so internal conflicts are a regular occurrence.
Professor!
Yo, Catspaw.
Hey, Professor, something's been bothering me. remember that suspicious guy I chased after back when I was a student? A knight scolded me for it, but at the time I really thought I was doing the right thing. Now that I've had more experience on the battlefield, though...
I've been looking for you. There isn't much time, so I'll keep this brief. The knights encountered a band of brigands while out marching. It was hard fought, but we prevailed. Our soldiers are highly trained, but the enemy was formidable, and we weren't expecting combat. There were a number of casualties among our troops.
Why exactly are you reporting this to me?
There is something I wanted to bring to your attention. Do you recall the incident 5 years ago involving a suspicious individual in Garreg Mach? These brigands all bore the same scorpion tattoo that we found on the arm of that man.
Oh no.
I thought that might be of interest to you.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. If you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my duties.
Heck of a coincidence, right? As soon as I mention that suspicious guy, this happens.
Well, it's good to hear they've finally been dealt with.
But some of the knights died in combat. They died because of what I did 5 years ago. This is my fault. If I'd stayed quiet and tracked the guy down like you said, we would have stopped those brigands sooner, and I wouldn't have blood on my hands.
Not necessarily.
It's no use trying to comfort me. You know I'm right. Just say it. Those poor knights. It's all my fault.
I'm curious. Yeah, there is one more for that. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so... Ingrid's in this area. I'm assuming she's in one of these. Probably the obvious one, but I thought I'd look around anyway. Because you never know what might be laying around.
These past 5 years, many kingdom houses have become vassals of the Empire. The major houses of Fraldarius, Gautier, Karen, and my own family Galatea remain loyal. But the lords of the minor domains in the west have almost entirely defected. After all the royal family has done for them, they respond with betrayal, and to think they have the gall to call themselves nobles. But we still have His Highness, and you, Professor. I'm sure we can take back the kingdom's lands.
Hey, Professor! You won't believe what happened. I figured I couldn't go back to the Empire after Garreg Mach fell, so I started drifting across the kingdom in alliance. Then, I just happened to run into our old class, so we came back to the monastery together.
That sounds very you. For one of the... You know what? I'm going to try going for this, the hero class, so... I'm going to have to start leveling up the axe capabilities, so... Yeah, Sylvain and Felix. Let's have a meal.
That looks appetizing.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
Hey, Mercedes.
I finally managed to meet up with everyone again, but they're all so gloomy. Hey, Professor, Care to join me for a cup of tea? We could invite the others and the soldiers.
That sounds nice.
Doesn't it? Oh, there probably isn't time to bake any treats, though. Oh, I should invite Dimitri to come along as well. Though I don't suppose he'll want to join in.
With the gloomy kind of person he's been, probably not. Learn a little bit more in that regard. Sylvain, I believe it. Well, in that case, he's probably in this direction. Yep.
Hey, Professor. It's been a while. It's really good to see you again. An awful lot has happened in these past 5 years. There were so many times I wished you were around. I'm glad you're back. Your skills are worth more than a whole army.
There is still more to learn.
Alright. And that's the thing. If there's been a point where you felt like you could never really gain the
Professor.
the kind of skill you would want, because as far as your capabilities, because all the students have like A's and S's and, well, maybe not S's, but A's, B's, and all that kind of stuff going throughout it, and you're stuck at your highest maybe being an A, probably a B plus if you've really tried, A or B plus, but the advanced drills really kind of help out with that.
Finally, I notched a win against you.
You certainly did.
Oh, please. I scraped by. When we spar, I feel like I'm revisiting my past.
Why?
It's like training with my brother. He always won. Always. And died before I could win a single bout. From the first time I held a sword, all I wanted was to surpass him. And that's what drove me to become so strong. Perhaps it's absurd to say such a thing, but I've spent all these years training for a duel with a corpse.
Well, you found the answer to my question.
Yes, I suppose I did. I can never again spar with my brother, not unless he climbs out of his grave. Still, I continue my endless pursuit of strength. Maybe because I have a new opponent to measure myself against.
Who might that
be? You, obviously. I beat you this time, but when we next cross swords, who knows what might happen. It was a close match, not a crushing victory. I know that I can do better. I will surpass you in strength, and then I'll become stronger still.
Well, don't count me out yet.
Just what I was hoping you'd say. Anyway, thank you for helping me find an answer to the question you asked all those years ago.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Now that I think about it, His Highness was right. We probably don't have time to waste on cleaning. Maybe I wasn't taking the situation seriously enough. After all, the Imperial Army could be showing up at any time. I was just so happy to see you again. And everyone else too. Maybe I got carried away.
I'm happy to see you too.
Oh, really? That's so nice to hear.
Alright.
Maybe I was...
And the thing is, now that the students, because the professors, well, if you've recruited them are still here, I don't know if they're not here if you didn't recruit them. But I know as far as like Catherine, I don't think would be. Catherine's not here if you didn't recruit her. That's the thing. Same thing with Shamir. Neither of them would be here if you didn't recruit them.
You're kidding.
Is Dedue really gone? There's so much more I wanted to say to him. He was always so tender with the flowers in the greenhouse. I wonder how they're doing.
Alright. We've gotten that done.
I need a favor.
Hey, I could use a hand.
More fighting. So, essentially, all of this craziness is going to be a thing.
Oh, okay.
So, what I think what we're going to do...
Oh, good. Thanks.
You're welcome. Since we're back at this point, I think it'd be... Oh yeah, there's actually a whole new floor that's been unlocked. I totally forgot about that. Alright. Let's head in here, where Catherine is.
In Lady Rhea's absence, I will follow you. That's what she would want me to do. Know that wherever you might lead us, I'll continue searching for Lady Rhea.
That's fine.
Good, because I will not budge on that point. Welcome back, Professor.
Alright. Setteth.
5 long years I've searched for you and the Archbishop. It is a pleasure to see you again. The Church of Seros will follow you from now on, but please do not abandon the search for Lady Rhea.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Thank you. I know the battles ahead will be dire, but we will support you with all our strength.
And Hanneman, my old friend.
Thankfully, it appears the records and equipment I need for my research have not been damaged. I am most curious, though. You say you were asleep for 5 whole years. Incredible. Perhaps this is another effect of your crest. I do look forward to investigating you in greater detail.
Well, we can talk about that.
Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin. We must find the time, of course.
Uh-huh.
My professor, you haven't changed a bit. At your age, I'd expect your whole demeanor to have changed greatly over 5 years. Though, I suppose I haven't changed either, right? Thank you for noticing, by the way. Ah, just the two of us, forever young. Oh, let me have my fun.
Okay, whatever. You can have your so-called fun, but I'm not having it.
Really?
Really? Yes, really. Alright, this room is now open.
We have given proper burial to the Imperial soldiers killed in the monastery, the ones who were sent to investigate the thieves. Already, rumors spread that they were utterly annihilated. So regardless of whether there are spies observing us, the Imperial army will know of this soon enough. Your Highness, Dimitri, how could you be so reckless? I have a request.
There is a thing over here. And there is one last area we can head to. So we'll do that.
Well.
And we have one other support conversation to have as well. No, that's to the first floor. We gotta go to the third floor. This is only available in part 2, so. Well, we have a balcony area where Dorothea is.
Professor! Oh my, it's so good to see you. These days, so many old friends seem to be disappearing. But you're here. It's incredible to see you again after 5 years. I have a feeling your name will go down in history.
More than likely it will. Alright.
Yeah.
Hello.
I don't know anything about rebuilding, but I can sure do my best to clean up the mess. I'm gonna keep Lady Rhea's room spotless, so she can use it right away whenever she gets back.
Well, that seems like a good idea. And this is, if you actually kind of look, this is the room we came into when we had our support conversation with her. And also, I believe this is also the room we wake up in after we merged with Sothis. So, after we had that fight with Solon. Alright. Let's see who's wanting to have a chit-chat. Sylvain? Alright.
Ugh, that hurts. Ah, Professor. Thanks for stopping by.
How's your injury?
It's not bad. I was even told I'd be cleared for service starting tomorrow. Besides, I got this scar fighting for you. It's almost like a medal or something.
Are you happy protecting me?
When I thought you were going to be killed for real, my reflexes kicked in. I reacted without thinking. It doesn't mean I've stopped being jealous of you. But come on, I can't help but look up to you. If I'd had the guts to run away from home, I wonder if I would have cared as little about my crest as you do yours.
You didn't have the courage?
No. But if I thought I could have escaped, I would have tried. I'd leave behind House Gautier, and the life of a nobleman, and anybody who knew I had a crest. Our home is to the very north of the kingdom. Just across the mountains from us is land inhabited by foreigners to Fodlan. It once belonged to Fargus, but now that the kingdom has collapsed, it's only a matter of time until fighting breaks out. Anyway, that land has been contested for centuries, and all that time, it has fallen to House Gautier to protect it. Actually, our Lance of Ruin has been doing most of the protecting.
I remember 5 years ago.
Those were dangerous times. One wrong step, and we would have lost our relic to the church. My father was afraid that the church would try to keep the lance, so he entrusted it to me. If an emergency arose, I was supposed to be called back home. I guess those very situations are why my family values crests so much. Since I bear a crest, my parents made sure I was never left wanting. My older brother didn't have one, and so when I was born, he was pushed aside. You know, he once shoved me in a well. He left me on the mountainside in the middle of winter, too.
That's horrible.
Even as a little kid, I understood why he was like that. My mere existence stole everything from him. I have no right to complain when I am surrounded by people who would give anything to bear a crest, but do not. Now, women smile at me for the same reason my parents adore me, and my brother wanted me dead. And I have to meet them all with a smile and a wink, because I have a crest.
So, what you really feel towards women is...
The women who just want to use me to become nobility? Hatred's probably the right word. Though, in the end, that's just an easy answer. I don't even know how I truly feel about it all. Anyway, it was pretty unreasonable of me to resent you. I'm really sorry about that. And I want to say thank you, Professor. Seriously, thank you.
For what?
Before I met you, I'd gone my whole life not knowing there was another way for me to live. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad we met.
Well, that's really wholesome. Alright. And the next one?
Hello there.
Yeah, I guess. There's not much else going on. In the next one, we will continue
I think this one,
our
I think this one,
strategy to protect ourselves from the
I think this one, yes.
Empire.
I think you. Return soon, please.
And hopefully Dimitri will stop being the completely emo person he is right now. I don't know. I highly doubt it at this point. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.